Welcome back to Film Music Fridays. Today we are going to extend our look into the Lord of the Rings franchise from 2002, the follow-up film, the sequel, The Two Towers. The music here, of course, composed once again by Howard Shore. And the music here is a rather big departure from the first score from Fellowship of the Ring. There's a lot of really new, fresh sounds. And one of my favorite additions to this score comes from one of the instruments that Howard Shore decided to add, and that comes from the Hardanger fiddle. And this, unlike its violin counterpart, comes with 7 or sometimes 8 strings. And the 4 strings that, the traditional 4 strings that are played on, are picked up, the sympathetic vibrations rather, are picked up by the 3 or 4 strings that reside under it. It's a very ornate instrument designed with great beauty, and it's just a beautiful theme. Rohan's theme is how he introduces it, and you hear it not only in the fiddle, but you hear it in the brass, Rohan's theme, and you hear it all over the film. So we're going to take a look at 2 scenes today. Those 2 scenes deal with kind of a shared set of heroism and epic action-adventure. The first scene we'll take a look at here today picks up with Legolas and Gimli and Aragorn looking out for those folks from Rohan that had just exited the kingdom, being led by King Theoden. And here we have their discovery of the Orc Scout. And one of my favorite parts of this scene is, of course, Legolas finding his way up to the horse, and the way that he gets from the ground to the horse. If there was any question that Legolas was one of the most awesome characters from the entire franchise, this scene will quell any discussion there. It's super epic how he hops onto that horse. I'm sure many of you know the scene I'm talking about. The music here is led by a number of things. We're set in D minor, and we get a lot of different things from the Rohan theme. You'll hear the beautiful fiddle. The music is quite expansive, this beautiful kind of little romance that we see begin here between Eowyn and Aragorn starts here, and this amazing kind of slow motion shot in the cinematography is matched by this very wide, expansive approach in the music by Howard Shore. And of course, once Legolas starts pulling back his bow and arrow, we hear the great orc theme in 5. Bum, 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 bum. Again, that's set in D minor. So let's have a look, let's have a listen, and we'll see you back here in a minute for the second scene.
What is it? What do you see? Mark! Under attack! All riders to the head of the column!
Come on, get me up there. I'm a fighter. Come on!
You must lead the people to Helm's Deep. And make haste.
I can fight!
No! You must do this. For me. Follow me! Yeah!
Forward, Johnny. Charge forward.
Make for the lower ground!
That's it. Go on.
Stay together!
The second scene we'll take a look at here today has some shared heroism, shared epic qualities. We are now towards the end of the film at Helm's Deep, just before Gandalf the White comes to save the day at the top of the mountain. And the music here I love, as Theoden leads the riders out of the castle and they split the orcs over the bridge. What a great shot that is. And here we have this just unbelievable serene beauty the moment Gandalf comes riding down the mountain and he shines the great bright white light before they attack. And one of the things I love so much about that scene is this beautiful boy soprano that's kind of hanging over the top, the icing on the cake, so to speak. So whereas we have a lot of action in the first half of this scene, we have this very, very kind of serene beauty at the second half of this scene. And also the turning point here in the story is very, very important. This holding their ground, so to speak, at Helm's Deep is not only an incredibly important moment as far as the story arc, but emotionally as well. So let's have a listen to what Howard Shore did here. Let's have a look once again at another scene of Peter Jackson's masterpiece from The Two Towers. We'll see you next time for Film Music Fridays.
Theoden King stands alone. Not alone. Rohirrim!